Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of The Laid Back Trader with me, Mark. I've got a bit of a different video for you today. Rather than just giving you an update on my FTMO account, which is still live by the way. I haven't blown it up yet, but I'm just still chiseling my way out of the drawdown. So rather than just show you another video of me going, oh look, it's slightly better than it was before, then, well, I hope it is. I can't remember what it was the last time I showed you guys. But I'm still in it, chiseling my way out of that. But what I'm going to do today is really simple. I am effectively changing my trading strategy. I am going to move to more of a day trading style, where I'm in and out, hopefully within a couple of hours. Rather than more of the sort of swing trading that I was doing previously. I was a swing trader. I slightly adapted my strategy to meet all of FTMO's rules. Mainly, you can't leave trades in over the weekend. And the most painful element of their rules is that you cannot trade 2 minutes either side of what they consider a major news event. Something like non-farm payrolls would be a good example of that. So, I was finding myself, I was putting trades in, I was going maybe a couple of hundred in profit, then going into the negative a little bit, and then having to go, oh wow, it's Wednesday, there's, I don't know, CPI or something like that coming out, and I'm going to have to take my trade out. When do you take the trade out? Are you going to be losing? Is it going to be a loser? Well, regardless of whether it's a winner or loser, you haven't let it run. So I need a swing account. FTMO do a swing account. It's got lower leverage. It's 1 to 30 rather than 1 to 100. But they do let you keep trades in over news and the weekend. The only downside to this is that I cannot change my FTMO account to a swing account until I am back in profit, which is why we're here today and why I'm looking at other strategies so that I can help myself trade out of the drawdown, get into profit, and then turn that one into a swing trade. Also, I really like this strategy. It's really simple. I'm going to show you this strategy, and we're going to do some back testing on Soft4FX as well, which is a really cool software that I want to show you guys. I will go over it, I'll give you an overview of it, and I will even have a link in the description. It is an affiliate link, so if you do go through that link and buy a license, it's only $109 and that's a lifetime license. If you do that, I will get commission, so you have been warned. You will be putting money in my pocket, and if you do, thank you very much. I very much appreciate it. But I wouldn't promote it if I didn't think it was good. I've been using it now for 2 weeks, and I've put some serious hours on this simulator. Again, back testing this strategy. And I've had pretty good results, but again, I want to get more data so that I can be really confident in the win rate and just refine the setups as best as I possibly can. So, long-winded way of saying, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the two setups that we're going to take. One is a buy setup, one is a sell setup. It's a really simple setup. It is just a break of a range, and I will then take you over to Soft4FX and we will back test. We'll do a bit of back testing, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, and you can see that software in action as well as this strategy in action as well. So forgive my Google Slides abilities. I'm no artist. But this is what I quickly knocked up for this video. I've only done, this took ages, so I've only done a bullish setup, so a buy setup, but you can pretty much turn it upside down for a sell setup. So what are we looking at? Really, really simple. We're waiting for ranges to form. So ranges are basically where price action respects certain areas of resistance and support. As you can see with these yellow lines here, market comes up, gets rejected, comes back down, gets rejected, and so forth. It's never going to look like this. I was just copying and pasting it, but you get the idea. Roughly trading, the market is moving within a range, and then we want to be looking for a break out of that range. Okay, so the setup rules are draw out your range, really simple. These yellow lines here, we'll do that on the simulator in a minute. Confirm the bias, so the direction that the market is going in. I'm assuming here that we've had a big move to the upside, so we're looking to take buys and continue that trend. We always want to be going with the trend. Then we are waiting for either, now this is something that I'm back testing. It's always going to be more accurate on the 1 hour. I always believe that because of the higher time frame confirmation. But we'll wait for either a 1 hour, 30 minute or 15 minute candle close above the range. That's our initial confirmation, so you can see it here in this green candle in this setup. Wait for the pullback. So we do want it to grab a little bit of liquidity. We want it to come back and we want it to get rejected. Ideally, still respecting the range. Effectively, this is resistance here. We want it to break out, come back down, and then use this resistance now as support. That would be ideal. It doesn't have to be like that, but again, you'll see on a case-by-case basis, we'll look at it. There's a little bit more to all of this, and I'll give you the narrative as we go along. But then what we're doing is we're placing buy stops. So we're putting in orders, we're putting buy stop orders into the market, and we are putting them above the previous wick high, or the previous highest wick. Either is absolutely fine. So what we're basically doing here, why do we do this? And why don't we just buy when we get a confirmation of the candle closing outside the range? Because the market loves to fake out. So a fake out is when it breaks above, closes, and then comes straight back into the range. So it comes all the way back down here. This way we're giving ourselves a little bit more edge, a little bit more of a chance. We're saying, okay, we've respected the fact that it's broken out of the range. It's now pulled back. And if the price comes above this previous high, then to us that is the confirmation we need that the market is now going to go in the direction that we want. That is why our buy stop is there. So it stops the fake outs, some of the fake outs. It's never going to stop all of them, but it stops the fake outs in the sense that if we're saying, right, okay, it broke out, it closed, it's coming back down, we've put our buy stops here. If it keeps coming back down and never touches this dotted line, the buy stop, then we never entered the trade and we stayed safe in that scenario. Cool, that is pretty much it. It's really, really simple. Like I said, we'll be selling on this demo as well as we go through this simulator. So just for that, it's exactly the same, but it's reversed. So just turn this upside down and change the colors of the candles. Cool. Right, let me get out of present mode. Hopefully you can still see this. Now we're going to talk about Soft4FX. Now, this is a simulator. It's a piece of software that integrates with MetaTrader 4, which is fantastic. I think it may also integrate with MetaTrader 5. Let's have a quick look. No, just MetaTrader 4, which is the most commonly used Forex. I can't even talk to that. I'm very tired. Which is probably the most commonly used platform for Forex traders. It is incredibly well priced for what you get. It's $109 for a lifetime license. I think it says that here. For a lifetime license, $109. That gives you one user and it allows you to put it onto 2 MetaTrader 4 accounts, which is great. The one thing I will say is that the 1990s called and they want their website back. This website is pretty basic. It's completely legitimate. I've used it. It's not a scam. I know other great traders who use it as well. It is quite complicated to set up. These are all the instructions, but you can also find 2-minute videos covering it on YouTube. Once it's in, it's in. And what you will need is obviously a MetaTrader 4 account. So let me open up a demo one. I didn't want to put it on my FTMO one just in case, for whatever reason, it confused the FTMO situation. So this is one that I got from Admiral Market. Thank you, Admiral Market. It's a demo account that I have installed Soft4FX onto, and you can see it here. I want to trade, in this simulator, I want to trade Australian dollar, US dollar, so I've loaded that up. Now what I need to do is drag this here, drop it onto there, and thankfully you're not going to be able to see this bit because it's got all my login details. Yep, full mode, clicking this outside, okay, right. And then I am presented, so once it's asked me a couple of questions to log into it, it will then say, do you want to load a simulation? So you can save your simulations. Obviously, if you're doing a load of back testing and you want to save your progress and go back to it, you can do that. In this instance, I want to start a new simulation. And then it's going to give me some really cool options. Now, I've only loaded up Australian dollar, US dollar on here. That's what I've been trading mainly recently. I've also put GBP, USD and gold on here as well. You can load as many pairs as you want as long as the data is there, which it will be, trust me. So we're going to go with Australian dollar, US dollar. This is the data provider. So there is multiple data providers. These are being added, I think fairly regularly. There'll be a roadmap that, Soft4FX will outline, I'm sure. But I use Dukascopy as the data provider, and their data on this goes back to 2013. So we can go back really, really far. It's all obviously was at one point live market data. So it's not just making up the data. This is actually historical data. This is actually what happened with this pair going back all the way to 2013. So we can pick a random date. Let's go with, I don't know, I feel like 2018 would be a good start. We might as well go for today's date. Well, today's Saturdays. So, no, there we go. That's handy. It's a Monday, the 19th of February 2018 is a Monday. Let's do that. The account currency, let's keep it at US dollars. For whatever reason, maybe it's because I've only loaded these pairs, but no, that doesn't make sense because I've got GBP, USD. But let's go with US dollars, makes sense. Let's say we've got 100,000 because I do want to do a $100,000 FTMO trading challenge. So I'll keep it at that. This is what I can, so I can practice on this. Time on charts is GMT. That's great. That's what I want. That's my time zone. Rewind allowed? Nope. Because when I first got this, I was playing around with it and I hadn't unchecked that box, and it let me rewind, and I was cheating. I thought cheating myself because I'd fast forwarded it too quickly. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. I'd fast forwarded it too quickly, and I was like, oh no, I would have taken that trade. Let me rewind it, and then took a trade that I had already seen was going to go exactly where I expected it to go. So we'll take rewinding off, so we can't cheat. Pip size 10, yeah, lot size, absolutely fine. Leverage is 100 to 1 to 100 with the FTMO challenge that I would be doing, so I'm happy to do that. And then it also allows you to add the spread, which is great. So if we put 10 pip spread on there, just as a fixed, you can have it variable as well if you wanted to, so well worth playing around with that. Commission per lot, I think it's $2.50 on Australian dollar USD with FTMO, so let's put that in. Really important to add, this is amazing. So rather than just sort of back testing on trading view and sort of going hypothetically, oh, I would have bought here, would have sold here, this is setting you up an account that you can get to replicate whatever account you want. So for example, if you had, I don't know, $10,000 or £10,000 and you wanted to set up your own live account, but you wanted to obviously back test any strategy before you did it, this would allow you to simulate it pretty much to the penny of every cost, the commissions, the spreads, adding all of those factors into play. So makes it really realistic. which is absolutely great. And on that, really quickly, why do we backtest? Well, we need to understand whether our strategies are, or the strategy or the trade plan that we have is actually going to yield good results. We want to know win rates. We want to know average risk to reward, and we want to see it psychologically. You want to see you're making gains in a simulated environment before you start risking your own money. Or what I would do in this instance, because I'm actually a firm believer of prop firms. Okay, I think a lot of people have their reservations about prop firms, but I think what an amazing way to only risk a small amount of money. Get yourself a setup like this. It doesn't have to be this simulator, any simulator will do. This one's probably the most reasonably priced though. I looked at others, they are expensive. And basically go over this, keep doing this. Even if you lived in this world for 4 months, you're going to cover a lot of trades in 4 months. You can fast forward this, I think, up to 32,000 times. So you can trade effectively 2 months worth of data in half an hour if you wanted to with something like this. But yes, do that, work out your strategy, iron out any creases, get rid of any setups that aren't great or have a low win rate. You should be journaling all of this, and keeping a track of it so you have all of those stats. This will give you some great stats as well, which we'll go into. But once you have that in place, you can then go and say, right, I'm going to put 500 euros, dollars, pounds, whatever it is, and I'm going to buy myself $100,000 FTMO challenge. And you can go from there. But you would have already done it, you could have already done it 10 times. It's not the unknown, it's something that you've practiced, you've rehearsed, you've been trading with that size account on this simulator. You kind of know what you're getting into and what you can expect. Okay, and then lastly on here, end simulation, no, we'll just leave it running open, which is absolutely fine. And then initial history on the chart. So how many days do we want it to show us on the charts? Let's give ourselves a chance and go 365. So we want a whole year's worth of data to come on to the charts. Then we'll be able to see some historical ranges and key levels that we want to look at. Okay, I'm pretty happy with all of that. So we are starting on 19th of February 2018. Let's go back in time. Right, first things first. Now we need to load our time frames. I'm going to work with the 15-minute. I'm going to add that. So this is the only downside to this software that I've encountered so far. You have to load up the time frame separately. They all run concurrently, and as you're playing the data, they're all updating and they're all in the same place. But any of your analysis that you do, like key levels that you may have found on a daily chart that you've marked out, they're not going to translate to, they won't port over to the lower time frames. So you do your analysis and all your hard work on one time frame here, and you draw out all your ranges. Doesn't mean anything when you flick over to the next time frame. So for the purpose of this, I'm probably just going to be using the hourly to mark them up and get my entries. But we'll add these anyway. Right, now 15-minute is there. Want to add the hourly. Let's give ourselves the daily as well. Add that. And then we want to probably add the 30-minute as well. Okay. Open, 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 open. They are now all, I can close this out. They are now all in my tabs here on my terminal in MT4, this demo account. But they obviously look hideous. I would never trade with a chart that looks like this. So let's quickly load my default view. There we go. For that one, we have to do it for all of them, annoyingly. Template, load template, default, boom. I completely forgot about that. I need to change one thing once I've done all of this. Template, load. So we're just going to use the hourly, I think. So I will put that right, and then I want to enable chart shift because it's sticking to the right hand side of the screen. So if I click this, it'll come a little bit more to the middle. Okay, important things. The only thing you really need to be paying attention to, the only thing you really need to know is that this window that I am waving around in your face now, this is where everything happens. This tells us our equity, this tells us our P&L, so how much profit or loss we're in. It allows you to fast forward the charts, which we'll go into in a minute. It allows you to place trades. Either you can just put an immediate market execution in, buy or sell, or you can put pending orders in, which is probably what we're going to be doing most of the time here. So buy stops and sell stops. This is pretty much your control panel. It also tells you, gives you an overview of your account there, and we'll get into some of these features and functionalities at the moment. What I will say is that what's really nice, just so that you can replicate the usual settings on MT4, is put everything into visual mode. Then when you buy, you get your buy line obviously on the chart, but then you can drag and drop your stop loss and take profit. So visual mode is the one, in my opinion. There's a trades tab here, so it'll tell you any open orders that you have. It'll tell you your history, which is great, closed trades, statistics, so it gives you a decent level of information about the trades that you have taken. Pause that if you're interested in seeing what it will track, and then it gives you a pretty cool graph as well. Again, we've got no trade data here at the moment, but it will tell you your balance, equity, trade size. It basically creates an equity curve. So hopefully we'll see a line going up. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, so we're on the hourly now. Here I can control the speed. I would do it in real time, and then I can go up and down like this, so we can get this chart moving really, really quickly. So you want to click real time, and then you want to be playing around with this bar. There is a feature here where it says next bar as well, or previous bar, which is disabled actually because we turned off rewind. And this is the play button. Play and pause. So you'll see me using it and you'll kind of get used to it as we go along. Right, and have a quick pause just so I can sip some coffee, and then we'll get going. Okay, that was 5 minutes for me, probably only a split second for you guys. But, so what are we doing? We're going to start drawing out our levels, exactly how we spoke about earlier. So immediately I'm starting to see some nice support here. I'm going to mark that in. I'm also going to mark this in as a key level there, and then that's looking back relatively far away, so let's zoom in a little bit and see what we're dealing with here. So we're in an uptrend, which is great, so the overall bias is to the upside, but we do look like we're struggling to get higher. So typically I've picked a great time to look at this, but let's mark out some more areas. Okay, there's an area there, and there is a area here as well, big one there. So we can see there that we've got resistance and support. Okay, right, I'm going to play this out and we're going to see if this becomes any clearer. In fact, I'm going to quickly just get rid of that one actually. So these are the areas that we're looking at right now, but let's see what this does. Let's play it out and get a bit more information. I'm going to move this over to, let's times it by 598. That seems to be one of my favorite speeds, but let's see what this market wants to do. Okay, you can see now the chart is just playing out, which is great. We've already covered 2 hours worth of data, which is fantastic. Okay. 'Cause, 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 range there. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I can move this a little bit to make it make a bit more sense. Put that down, okay. Right now, what I'm thinking is that if this pops up and breaks above here, I'd be interested in a buy. And if we break below here, this one here, then I would be interested in a sell. Anything in the middle, I'm not really interested in. So, but let's see how this forms. Because if we can get a buy here, and we can say, right, our bias is to the upside. But if we get a break below here, then relatively confident we can say, well, the bias is actually, the short-term bias is a sell. So we want to be looking at either option. And I will narrate throughout this, and this is just the ramblings of some bloke talking as he's thinking, so bear with me if what I say is just a load of crap. Okay, again, we're not interested in the break of that mini range, it is respecting it. I would love a buy here. Another important thing as this plays out is you can see here what time of day it is and what day it is. So it's 10:30 on a Monday at the moment. Mondays are always a bit, I don't like Mondays. I don't necessarily trade on a Monday unless the setup is perfect. Because now at this present moment in time, until 2 o'clock, we only have the London session in play. Okay, 2 o'clock, a bit of movement as the US session opens up. Looks like it wants to move down, but again, we're going to need to see some confirmation. I've probably picked the worst month, year for us to do this, but we'll put in, let's do 3 trades. I don't want to make this the longest video in the world, but let's make it 3 trades. Might speed it up a bit. Problem is, when you fast forward it, if you suddenly get a news event or a really high volume candle, very often, unless you're really quick to pause it, you'll miss the move. Okay, this is really indifferent at the moment. It's not really doing a lot. Oh, I'm going to slow this down. Are we going to break below this level? Again, we're looking for a break below. We didn't get it. It's respected that level. It's coming back up. Is it just grabbing liquidity for another drive down? We don't know. It could be going back into the range and on its way up. What we do know is it respected that level though, and that's good because if it respects it, well then when it breaks it, then obviously there's going to be a market reaction to it. Okay, just blasted through that range. Just to avoid any confusion, I'm going to get rid of this for now because we're not interested in that. So it's buys above here, sells below here. Sneaky vape. Okay, let's speed it up again. God, it loves this range. The more time it spends in a range, in my experience, the bigger the push out of it. Okay. Are we going to get the break? Yeah, we got the break. Okay, so this is an interesting one. We've got the break, and then we've got the start of the pullback. Okay, so this is fantastic. So we can zoom in here. So we've got a relatively decent looking break. Now we've got the pullback. Have we got much traffic going on here? We've got some nice traffic moving down. moving down here, clean traffic. So when I look left, what I mean by that is how easy was it for the market to move in this area previously? Pretty easy. Look at that candle, not met with much objection. There's a bit of consolidation here, a tiny bit here, and then it continued blasting up. So we would hope that we could mirror that on the way back down. But again, we shall see. It could be a fake out. But this setup is designed to try and avoid the fake out. Unfortunately, our stops are going to have to be, I haven't talked about stops, but the stops are going to have to be relatively high. They'll have to be above this structure here. But hey ho, what should we do? Lot size. Should we go balls to the wall and do 10 just to make it interesting? Okay, 10 lots on a 100k account. It's quite a big trade. But hey ho, it's just for demo purposes anyway. So I want a pending order. I'm going to put my sell stop in. I've already triggered, I've pressed visual mode. So when I click sell stop, it is now going to give me 3 lines. The red line is the stop loss. So stop loss goes above here. We're not interested if the market comes back up here. Again, we'll manage risk as we go along. This is another cool thing about this software. We can do that. We can move the stop to break even once the trade's in play. We can close partials, which is super cool. We can basically treat it as if we were trading a live account. Okay, and then take profit optimistically. Let's put that down here. So this trade, ooh, I'm getting anxious only because I'm recording this. If this was not being recorded, then I wouldn't care, but we'll see what happens. So are we willing to accept this risk? So we're going to risk $2,530 US to make 9,690. Again, we might wimp out and take profit and do whatever, but overall this is looking good. So hopefully a 96.9 pip move, risking 25.3. So it's got a good risk to reward ratio, and I'm happy with that. I definitely wouldn't be trading that much on an FTMO account, but because this is just a simulator and this is just me recording this for you guys, why not have a bit of fun and live in an imaginary world? Okay, so I have accepted the risk. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that, but now we have, this is very familiar. This is what it would look like on an actual MT4 account. We've got our stop loss here, we've got our pending order here, so our sell stops here, and then our take profit down here. Let's let this bad boy ride and see whether we win or lose. We've been triggered, and we're $465 up. It's a good start. It is a good start. Oh, coming back up. We going back down. Okay, that was good. That's what we wanted. We broke the lows there. Coming back up. Nice rejection, but still looking like it does want to come back up. Okay. Could get stopped out here. You'll see, we want it to break. Now we'll want it to break this low here, and then we can potentially, oh, as I said it, so we've got 815. I don't really think there's much I can do with my stop. Maybe I can lower it down here. What do I want to do here? Do I want to, so obviously we would have time to be thinking about this. This is already a couple of hours into our trade. So if I wanted to, I could move my stops to break even and secure some profit. That might be a good shout. We can secure 400, and if we close half, we can basically close 400 quid's worth or dollars worth of profit. But I'm inclined to let it run, just because, again, this is a bit of fun. Okay, here we go. $1,205 in profit now. what do we want to do? Okay, I can't help myself. I'm going to just, and I can show you this functionality. Trades, pending. This is the trade that we're in. So the market and pending tab here. What I want to do is I want to move my stop to break even. So we've locked in a no risk trade, but also I want to close partials. I want to take out 5 lots. Let's take half off and bag ourselves, what would that be? 600 quid. So we'll see here our profit, our floating P&L will halve. Close that. Okay, so now we've got, this is exciting. We've got £602 in the bank. We've got no risk on the table, and we'll just let this run. It is a runner. Let's go. Okay, I definitely put that to break even. Yeah, auto break even. Don't know what I pressed there. I've already moved it, my stop to break even, so we're okay. Okay, it's marked out where we took some profits. Obviously there was a transaction there. We removed 5 lots from the equation, and now let's see where we end up. It may just come back up and break even us, and that's fine if it does, or it may keep running down. Come on. You know you want to go down. If we break these lows, we could be good. Nope. Okay, not a bad trade. We took $600 off the table. We could have taken $1,200 if we wanted to, but obviously our target was all the way down here. So, hey ho. But beautiful trade. Only in it. What were we in it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours. So if that was on a day with no news, I wouldn't have to worry about FTMO's rules. I would have been in that trade till that point. And then, like we say, we took the risk off the table here, banked some profits. So we are 0.59% up on the account, which gives us a balance of $100,590, which is great. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. And I said we'll do 3 trades. I'm sure we will definitely see a loser on here as well, which is, you know, all part and parcel, and it's good. Right. Okay, it seems to like this level here, so I'm going to draw a new line. The ranges won't always stay the same historically, by the way. If you're relatively new to this, that's really important to know. It will start to form new ranges and key levels and, you know, all of that stuff. It's great to have the historical confirmation and it all lines up, but that doesn't necessarily always happen. Just look at where the market is respecting right now, and there's 2 levels where the market is, I'm looking at. Obviously, one is the most recent here, because we've got a bounce off here and then a pretty strong move back up to the upside. And the other is actually here. We zoom in, I'll zoom in for you guys, is there as well. So we saw 2 areas, 2 points of rejection here. So that is a key level as well. But anyway, we'll let it play out before we make any decisions. Oh. Okay, so we've broken back down to, that's annoying. Look at that spike. If we'd have kept the original trade in where our stop was, I think, oh, it was above here, then we would still be in that big trade. Oh well, don't live in the shoulda, coulda, wouldas worlds. We can still take a trade here if we get a close and a pullback. Okay. Right. Do we risk it for a chocolate biscuit? The reason I don't like this setup, and I'm going to be conservative and I'm going to trade it like, I'll treat it as if it was a live account in this example. You could argue, let's just get rid of this line again. There's a lot of creating lines and deleting lines. You could argue that this was a breakout of this newly formed range. We had 1, two confirmation areas that we, rejection areas, confirming it. This came back up and tested this level, and then we got a break. So you could take this trade, but the stop would have to be absolutely ridiculous. Because if you think about it, the rules state, okay, cool. We want to wait for the break. We want to then wait for the pullback. Then we want to put our sell stops in this instance below the previous candle wick. So we would only enter the market if price came all the way back down here. And then your stops would go above the previous structure high. So your stops would actually have to go up here. So not too bad, I guess. Oh, we're on a demo, aren't we? Sorry, guys, I'm getting overexcited here. Let's do it anyway. I wouldn't take this trade just because that's a monumentally massive stop loss for me. But let's put it in, put the stops above here and the sell stop here, and then see if we can let that bad boy run all the way down to here. Would be amazing. Again, but let's see. Anyway, let's see. Sell stop. Zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. Got visual mode on. Sell stop there. Stop loss would be up here. Eesh. Which is 3k or 32 pips. That's pretty beasty. Okay, well actually more now. 3,670, because this is where we want to enter. So this is the entry price, this orange line. So this is where the sell stop's going. And then if we zoom out, move you out the way, let's put our take profit. I mean, that would be amazing, but that's just never going to happen. This seems like a decent level. Again, I want to stipulate, I would never take this trade just because A, you've got a wonky risk to reward. You're risking more than you're looking to take profit on. But again, we'll manage risk as we go. And again, we're not going to enter this trade unless we get a break of these, this low, this wick low here. Anyway, so we may not even have to worry about it. But let's do it. Okay, we're in. Okay, so we're 525 up. That's not too bad. I'm really concerned about this stop. So I'm going to move this stop. Actually, why not move it to break even? If, in real life, I'd probably move it to break even, but and just hope and just scalp. Maybe if I can get $600-700 off this, I'd be really happy. But anyway, let's move this stop. Trades. Oh, I've unclicked visual mode. So I'm not going to move the stop to break even. I'm going to move the stop loss to above this structure here to give us some kind of protection, and therefore we're not risking a ridiculous sum. We're only risking 1990. Okay, accept. Take profit, we can leave it there. I'm quite happy with that. Okay, accepted all of that. We've reduced our risk, which is good, so risk management's in play. We've got a positive risk to reward now. So let's play it out and see how far we get. We were 800 up then. Okay, right, we've got 1195. I can barely see that blue line, but then the sun's coming in the trading den. Okay, right, what we're going to do here is we're going to be boring, because I can't help myself. We are going to close partials. We're going to take 5. This is fun, isn't it? We're going to close 5 lots. So that's bagging us roughly 600 quid. Boom. We've still got 600 quid on the table. and we're going to set the trade to break even. So now I'm hoping that we can get to our take profit and we'll be golden. But if it comes against us, we've already taken profit and we've got no risk. Ooh. If it gets to 1,000, I might just take it. Ooh. My partner came in at the critical moment and scared the hell out of me there, so I have had to, I paused it. Hopefully that doesn't look too weird to you guys, but okay, let's keep playing this out. Oh, so close. Oh, wow. That is millimeters away. I think we should bag all of that. I think that's close enough to take profit. Let's bag that money plus the money we bagged previously on this. And I then have to go and look after my incredibly insane 4-year-old for a bit, and we'll come back and we'll do the last trade. So let's go to trades, close all, close winners. Yes. There we go. Look at that, 2.21% up on the account. That's great. Close that, and then I'm going to pause the video and I will come back, well, in less than half a second to you guys, but probably about half an hour for me, and then we'll put the next trade on. And I'm back. Right, okay, cool. So this is going pretty well. Just like to point out, this doesn't necessarily reflect what trading is actually like. We've been incredibly lucky here. Okay, but we said we're going to do one more trade. So let's let this play out. Let's let it form a bit of structure so that we can then see what is going on. I'm just going to add this area here. Key area of support was resistance. Going to put that there. That might be its next port of call to end up here. But anyway, let's go for it. So one more trade, because I'm very conscious this is going to be an extremely long video. If you've made it this far, thank you. Okay. Trying to find the best angle and view for you guys. Okay. We wouldn't sell the break of that level that I've just drawn out here, simply because we want the market to show that it's going to respect that level first, because it's been a while since it last touched it. It does look like it's rejecting off of it. That's good. Rejected off of it. Again, it's kind of formed another range here. There's ranges everywhere, but you can see here, this line that I'm just drawing, that is a range. And if the bias wasn't so heavily to the downside, you could potentially buy this out. But again, we've confirmed the direction. We know we're heading down now, definitely. We're not going to take the buy. If it broke out of here, ranged again, and then was to break out of, say, this one, then we would buy that, because the previous move was to the upside. So you could say, right, okay, the localized direction is a buy. Anyway, let's see what it does. Okay. I think we've got enough confirmation on this, particularly if I adjust my line, because it's just a little bit lacking there. Let's move this here. Move it up a tad. Okay, that makes sense. It's a bit of a pullback. So what you don't want to do is just like if it just went from here to here, blasted through to here, it's becoming a bit too what I call parabolic, and you don't want that, because the market does need to come back. It needs to come back at some point. sellers need to take their profit at some point. You know, so we would love it to come back up. I'd love it to come back up here, retest this, and then come back down and then break here. But again, we do not know. Looks like it's going to break below that level. And then we've got the pullback. Oh, there's always I'm not just making an excuse, but there's always an excuse for not wanting to take this trade. It didn't really, there's been no retest. So is this bound to go up? Let's see if we get more of a pullback. Let's see how this hourly candle closes. How long has it got left? 20 minutes. Okay, it closed back into the range. See what this one does. There it is. Okay, now if it comes back down, we're laughing. And I'll move this. Here we go. That is the new point where we want to sell below. It's broken through this little mini range here. I'm not going to put the line there, but that's that range there. Well, it's broken above, but will it close above? That's the question. Let's see how this goes. Wow, I wonder if that was a new, oh no, that must have been a news event. We're gonna get broken below, just waiting for a pullback. Is there any pullback? No, it's closed. This is just gonna drive now. Why is it driving? Okay, it's gonna drive just because this was kind of the last logical place it made sense for it to encounter any resistance. Then you've got this traffic, if we look left, this clean traffic here. So there's just a big gap for it to fill. So I'm going to put my level here. Actually there, because we've got a bit of confirmation there. And there. Got 3 touch points there, or 4, if you include that one there. Again, I'm just rambling, so just ignore me. But this is now a new area. But if it gets down here, I would expect it to bounce back up. It's got to get there first. Sneaky vape. I'll fast forward it a bit more. Okay. Right, there is a new level there. I am going to draw on it. If we zoom in, hopefully you can see that. 1, 2, 3, 4 rejection points there. But, so it's formed this new level of support here. The only downside to that is the next level is here. So there might be a trade that we can take. But we'd need to get a really good stop loss. A tight stop loss, and watch it drive down to there. Let's see how it plays out. No, it wants to go the other direction, which is, that's good. We want it to come back up there. Test it, get rid of it. Whoa! Okay. There was a trade there. As in, there was a setup there. Again, we wouldn't take it because we haven't really got that much confirmation of the bias yet. I know this is an upward move, but how do we know this wasn't just going to come back down and close here? I wouldn't have taken that trade simply because it's the first break of a range going against the direction that we've the kind of the directional bias that we've already established. So if it wants to come up, form another range, and then break up again, we'll take that. I may have already just said that. I'm very tired today. Okay. Wow. Okay, so next level. There we go. It's telling us everything it does, the market tells us. This is a new level of resistance now because we're going up. It's respecting that. Wow. Okay, very reluctantly dropping down. Strong rejection there. It's not a setup that I said we would trade here, but there is a trade, what I call a back in range trade, where if we get clear rejection at in this instance, the support, we could, in theory, there's a level here, we could put a buy stop there, so as it comes back up, we're assuming that it's going to fill this range, but we're not trading that setup today. Plus it looks like it's going to break down to the downside. Okay, this is good. See, it's broken through this level here. We didn't want to take a sell because look, we don't know where we're going at the moment. This is bearish, but that is bullish. So it's broken through here. It's come all the way down here. It's come back and retested that level, which is cool. So we know that that is a key level. Do we want to do here? I'd love it to come back to this low, and then we can take a sell. Continue our bias. Oh, look at that. Right. I may regret this again. Just so to save time, because we're at 58 minutes, it says on my Camtasia account. Hopefully you can see the setup that has formed here. Again, let's be loose with the rules for the sake of this recording. Let's say this is the start of an upward movement. This is the impulse. It does look like an impulse. It's very reluctantly pulled back. So this is the retracement. And then maybe we're on our second leg of the second impulse. Okay, that may well not be the case. I wouldn't take this trade. Well, I wouldn't have taken the last one and we did well on it. But anyway, I wouldn't take this trade ordinarily. But let's say that that's the break, that's the pullback, and we're going to put the buy stop above this candle high. And then stops need to go, we'll start them off down here. And then we'll see if this wants to ride up. Which I don't think it does, but hey ho. Let's roll the dice. Okay, so pending order, sell stop. Let's get you out of the way so everyone can see what's going on here. Oh, not sell stop, sorry, buy stop, cancel. Buy stop. Let's say take profit. Let's be conservative here. Let's take profit here. At these highs, let's go with that high there. Let's go there. Maybe I would have taken this trade. I don't know. It doesn't matter. And then we're risking, let's put the stops down there. Oh, what a horrendous. We'll start with stop. Okay. Again, it's such a horrible trade. It really is rank. Because it's just what is the market coming back down? Is it going to spike? Yeah. Anyway, I'm doing this for you guys just so you can see what I'm doing. There's a wonky risk to reward. The risk to reward is negative. Let's accept it, and then we'll manage risk if we do get triggered. Okay, so this may well not be the stop. Okay, I'm going to slow this down. We'll go to 598. What are you going to do? There we go, it's broken back into the range. Not necessarily too worried about that. Okay, we're triggered. We're $205 up. It hasn't moved far enough yet for us to... Okay, I'll tell you what we can do. We can move our stop to make me feel more comfortable. We can move our stop to below there. So there is a structure here that you can see. If we put, let's put it below here to give ourselves some real safety. Trades. Get rid of the stop loss. Re-add the stop loss. Move the line down. Let's have it there. Okay, so the risk is not as bad as it was. Okay, and we're well below this structure and this candle here. Right, okay, let's play it out. Oosh. There we go. 575. Wow, put some butter on me because I am on a roll. Hope you don't think I've rigged this, by the way. I have not rigged this at all. Firstly, my memory's not that good. I couldn't have memorized this if I tried. Okay. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Let's move stops up. Okay. Stop loss. Add. Again. Now I'm going to put it here. So it was 1,600 quid risk. Now it's 1,100. Okay. If this wins and we've got 3 trades in a row, that is an absolute result. We're not going to move our stops to break even yet. And because this is the last one, maybe we should take us. What should we do? Maybe we should take the take profit off. And let's see if we can let it run. No, let's not get crazy. Right, I have pressed play. Why is it not moving? What's going on? Oh, you're joking. I have taken a trade at Friday at just before, on the 9 o'clock candle on a Friday evening. So the market has stopped. Oh, that's how good this simulator is. Actually, now it's playing the weekend for us. So now we're in Saturday. It's 20 past midnight on a Saturday. Okay, so I wouldn't have taken this trade in real life, definitely, simply because we have no idea what's going to happen on the weekend, over the weekend. FTMO wouldn't let me leave a trade in over the weekend. They would on a swing account, but not on a normal account. So we definitely wouldn't have taken this trade. But anyway, I need to stop making excuses for it. We've put it in now, so we've got to live and die by it. So let's hope it doesn't gap down and just stop us out, which it could do. But yeah, in this instance, I'm going to click next bar because that should give us the next candle. Okay, there we go. So the market has reopened on Sunday evening. It has gapped down by a fair chunk. Our profit has disappeared to $155. But hey ho, let's go. Let's see what we're dealing with. It's going up. Okay, we're back in the negative. Wow, we're really in the negative. Okay, coming back up again. Whoa. Okay, I'm going to say stops to break even here. We're $1,075 up. Trades, definitely put that to break even. Let's take half of the profit off the table. Yeah, let's treat this like a runner. So let's take half off, close partials, 5 lots. We want 5 lots off, so that's going to secure us roughly £500. Close that. And then let's take the take profit off. Let's live dangerously. Let's just manage risk as it goes up, if it continues to go up. But we banked 500 and 37.50. We've still got 537.50 in profit in play. The original take profit was here, but let's assume this really is the beginning of a trend reversal and roll the dice. Wow, okay. Okay. Wow, I'm excited here. I'm really excited here. Look at that. Okay, so we're $1,397.50 up. We've already banked 500 quid. There's no risk on the table. We've got our stops to break even. Let's start trailing our stop up. Okay. It's sad, isn't it? On Saturday afternoon in my trading den, getting excited about a simulator. Okay. I'm just glad this is being recorded, to be fair, because this is awesome. I've completely forgotten what I'm doing. Stop loss, get rid of stop loss, add stop loss. Let's trail it up. Let's put it above here, this level here. Actually, let's put it here. Let's bank 700. 700. Okay, so worst case scenario, it comes back down against us and we lose 7, and we still make $715. Okay, accept that. Right. I can tell you're all excited. The 3 people that are still watching this ridiculously long video. Okay, let's see how this one closes. Okay. See, do you see the setup, everybody? You see that you could potentially take another trade here. We're not going to. That would be insane. Would it be insane? Yeah, we're in a trade, so let's not do it. But we've got the break of this range. We've got the pullback. This is exactly almost like the drawing that I showed you at the very beginning of this video. And then take profit would be above here. So the good thing is that we're in this trade. Once this candle's closed, we could probably move our stops up a little bit to respect that. Okay. We can do that. I'm happy to do that. Let's do that. So trade, get rid of stop loss, add new stop loss, move this up to here. What's that? 895. So now we're definitely going to make 895. And I tell you what, take profit. No, let's not. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Should we keep going? No, let's. That's a pretty key level there, and we haven't had a retracement, a proper retracement for a while. So I'm going to put take profit there. So add a take profit would be up here. We're going to say if it gets to there, it should be $2,000 plus the 500 that we already banked. So $2,500. There we go. So this is the best position to be in, because you're in a trade where you're either going to make whatever that was, $800, or you're going to make $2,000 on it, and you've already banked profit. So there is no way that you can lose. Okay, let's play it out. Boom. We've been stopped out. And before, I am absolutely not gonna tempt fate at all. I'm gonna leave it right there. Okay, so that's some really exciting trading. I genuinely wasn't expecting to get 3 in a row. Like I said, I kept making excuses and saying I probably wouldn't take this trade, but again, if they met the rules, do it. But yeah, I wouldn't necessarily trade like that ordinarily. I'd be a bit more conservative about it. But really pleased to see that. Okay, so if we go to the little account summary, does that do anything? No, that doesn't make anything bigger. We made, in this session, we made $4,760, which is 4.76% on the $100 account that we talked about. Obviously, if this was an FTMO challenge, then we would be nearly halfway to our profit target of 10K. So that would be absolutely fantastic. When did we start? What was it? What did we say? We said today's date, didn't we? So the 19th of February 2018. So this is a week into, so that was a week. We traded exactly a week. That's really interesting. So we traded a week's worth. So yeah, FTMO challenge is 30 days. If you can do that in a week, then you're absolutely laughing. Again, but we need to play it out. We need to see, keep doing this, keep using the simulator, keep going and going and going, and constantly. I didn't document any of those trades. I can go back and do that and put them in my journal. I will, yeah, will I? I probably won't put them in. Well, I might. Anyway, that's me just talking out loud. Anyway, really hope you enjoyed this video. Like I say, if you're interested in this software, then I will leave a link below. If not, there are loads of other simulator softwares out there. I like this one for the cost. It does the job for me. I'll leave you with an image of the, like I said, talked about before, the equity curve. So that is my equity curve. Let's get that front and center. That's a lovely equity curve to see. All the stats are now obviously populated, so we can review the trading. That gives you a summary of the closed trades, which is great. We didn't have any losses, which is fantastic. All of this has been populated. Yeah, cool. I'm rambling. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave you to it. It's been a really long one, but hopefully you've enjoyed this. I'm going to continue to backtest this strategy. If you want me to do more videos where I would love to sit here for maybe an hour doing simulated trading for another video. If you like this, then let me know in the comments below and I'll happily make a video on this. I feel bad because I haven't had much to really update you guys on. But yeah, let me know. This could be something exciting that we could do regularly. Maybe I could even do it live, stream it or something. I'm getting ahead of myself now, but yeah, I'd happily do it live, stream it. You guys can throw currency pairs and dates and stuff at me, and we just go wild. Cool. All right, I'm going to be quiet now. I'm going to shut up. Take it easy, and if it's easy, take it. Please subscribe if you like this, like the video. I really do, write a comment. I do read all the comments and I will try my best to reply. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye.